Hello, this is Logan Murphy, and for this video we're going to be creating a view of what's currently in your cart. So to do that, we're going to create a new PHP file, and this is just going to be called cart.php, and we're going to include the template header, and we're going to include the template footer. And just type cart.php up here and make sure that it works properly. Good. So I actually want to add a link here. If you're logged in as a customer, then it'll have a link to your cart. So we need to alter the header where it says welcome. Here it says logout. We need to keep that string on. End it here. I'm going to see if there's a customer. Then we'll echo cart.php, and it'll say the word cart. And just put a vertical bar to separate it, and a semicolon. So it'll print the open parenthesis, the logout. So this is if anyone's logged in. It'll always print the open parentheses, logout. But if it's a customer specifically that's logged in, then it'll print the vertical bar cart. Either way, it'll print this closing parenthesis. Okay. Come back here. Let's actually log in. Select from customer. See if this works. Oh, okay, so I am logged in. So I can choose cart, and it'll take me to the cart page. So, looks like it's not recognizing me, and that's probably because I never start the session. So just so I don't forget, we're always gonna start the session right here in the header, because that's pretty much included on every page. So if I should just about never forget. And in the footer, I'll session commit, just so I never forget to close it. So any page that has a template like this will always have session available and closed automatically. So do a refresh, and it says logout/cart. Okay. Now we want to show all the stuff in this person's cart. So we need to go back to cart.php. And before we do that, let's figure out what our query is going to look like. So we're definitely going to do a select, and for now we'll select star from film in cart, where the customer ID equals the variable customer ID, and we're going to set customer ID go to question mark, and we want to get the name of the film too, so we're going to do an inner join of the film. I'm going to name this, temporarily name this as film in cart, and temporarily rename this as F. And we're going to join on f.film ID equals film in cart's film ID. Actually, I don't want to save that. We also want to make sure the filming cart dot purchase date is null, because otherwise it's not in the cart. Okay, so let's just set this to a value for now. Just set it to 1. And if you recall, we added the ID number 1 3 times. So let's just go through this and figure out what we want. We want the film ID. We want the title. We want the rental rate. The rating. And that's pretty much it. Don't save it. Let's execute it again. So we just need to tell it that we want the film and cart's ID. Actually, let's get the film's ID and the film's title and the film's rental rate and the film's rating, and run that. But we're getting significantly less data, but only what we need. Okay. So we will go here. Actually, go to here, and we're going to start doing our MySQL. Now, probably the first thing you should do is start the session here. If there's not a customer, then I'm going to redirect them, because they're not. There's no customer. If there's no customer, there's no cart. So I'm going to redirect them to login.php. Okay. Otherwise, we'll go in here. So connect localhost root Sequila $C $CMT and we'll get the first query. Bind to the statement an integer, which is the customer ID. Execute that statement. Close that statement. And now that I'm thinking of it, before I forget, close the connection. Okay, saving it. Next I want to get the table. This connection. Get this query. Copy it. Paste. Tab it. If there's a table, while there are rows, in this table, we will fetch from that table, and I'm actually going to also create number 0. And we're going to do something that's similar to index page, which has all the movies and their pictures on it, and they do it using this. So I'm going to take this code and I'm going to put it here, which requires PHP to be turned off and turn back on. And just take a look through this. There's a film ID. There is no description, but we can just select it. There's a title. We got the title. We're using the placeholder. We got the rating. Okay. Let's refresh it. Okay, so we got these films now. We want to see so we're going to see if, actually inside PHP, if I'll explain this. Let me just type it first. So I pretty much only want 4 movies per line, similar to how the index is. 4 movies per line. So and just so you're aware, every movie I see, I'm going to increase number by 1. So that for the first movie, I'll create a div. Just turn PHP off, turn it back on, just put a div between there. For any movie that's pretty much the 0th movie, this will be 0 divided by 4 is 0, this will be 0 divided by 4 is 0, and when you floor something, you just make it go down, just round it down. Floor just means round down. So 0 equals 0, true. So we'll make an opening div. And then right here, inside PHP, so it'll be 0, we'll see this, that'll be 1. 1, we'll see this, that'll be 2. 2, we'll see. So after we've seen, once this number is 3, it'll be number plus 1 divided by 4 equals 4 number plus 1. If that happens, then we'll do a closing div. And that's just so we're doing 4 per line. I'll give this a class of spacing. And we'll do there may be the chance that there's an extra div, so to prevent that, so if we end on the fact that, actually it should be And obviously we're going to have to test this to see if it works. But before I try to explain it, let's see if it works. Okay, so it's obviously not working. And try to find these divs where they're all at. So here's spacing. That's not the spacing I'm interested in. Here's spacing, here's A, here's a div, div. See how many spacings we have. I think we need that. Let's try it without spacing. Actually, now that I think of it, let's take a look. Let's take a look at index. Because now that I think of it, yeah. So I'm actually wrong. It's a little simpler now. Number divided by 4. Every 4 times I see every 4 things I see, then I'll add spacing. That's how it should be. And I'll always add spacing at the end. Well, should I? Probably not. I'm going to actually increment this beforehand, because otherwise it's really confusing. And for this I'm going to put not equals. Now we can test. Okay. Well, it's not worse. It's definitely not correct too. So the problem right now is it keeps adding spacing after every single movie. So I'm assuming that I probably used a bad variable name. Number divided by 4 equals, oh, yeah, I essentially had the same exact thing twice, which was wrong. There. Now, do some further testing. Here's America's Circus. I'm going to add America's Circus to my cart. Now it's in my cart. I'll add it again to my cart and it should go to the new line. Okay. And just so that people know that this is their cart, I'm just going to put I don't really know what we've been using to mark out a div with a class title. This is item or films in your cart. Okay, so that's films in your cart. And you can click on these and they'll take you to the individual movies as well. I think that's it for this video. I know I promised you checking out, but you shouldn't really be able to check out until you can see what you're checking out and see that it's actually checking it out. So yeah, that's not even going to be for another 2 videos, because the next video we're going to add the ability to delete these. Then the next video we will do checking out. I'm Logan Murphy, and I'll see you next time.